Hey guys, Thomas here with Dimitri live on the call. In case you were wondering who's who, here are our names. I have to redo my hair, do a little bit here to get into this partner look thing again. Dimitri, how do you do this? Do you use gel or are your hairs just like that stand-up look?
No, no, gel.
Gel. Okay,
Secret gel.
I will do this after the call, so I I should have thought of that ahead of time. How are you, Dimitri?
I'm doing great. Busy as always, but excited, grateful, busy, traveling a lot. Things are going great. I can't complain. We're in a spot where we do as we please, and we should be the last people complaining on earth. Literally, the last
Yeah,
people
definitely.
complaining.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I agree with that. That's awesome. I'm just going to check a couple of things here in terms of where these broadcasts are and if they come all the way up, all the way where I shared them. Yeah, this is really awesome. Guys, this is, if you are into doing your own Be Lives on Facebook, this is the most awesome discovery that I made in the last few days, is that you should use Be Live to announce your calls. So, schedule your Be Live calls so that they're showing up as a post on the page where you're going to broadcast them. And here's the second tier to this. When you have posted the announcement on the page where you're going to have the broadcast, then you can share that post, the announcement post, into other groups and other pages. And then automatically, when you put the broadcast live, those shares will all go live with the live broadcast. And that is an awesome feature that I hadn't discovered and hadn't used that before. But it's really cool. So that eliminates my frenziness of sharing the broadcast in the first few moments of live. Awesome. So now let's go back to the topic at hand, which is, of course, Dimitri, Google Magic. Here we go. Oh, this is awesome too. Look at that. You can display in all kinds of different ways. Awesomeness. Okay, great. So Dimitri, in all of the different things that have happened recently in Facebook and, people having overall a little bit of harder time getting their traffic and getting their conversions done well on Facebook, it has become more important to kind of look for supplementary traffic sources. And Google Analytics, or Google AdWords, I should say, is of course a great traffic source, but it's always kind of perceived as the harder thing to do. And people usually do the easy thing by doing Facebook ads. So how does this all now play together? What is the new perspective on Google AdWords, and is there a way to help us out with Facebook AdWords by using Google AdWords?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really funny because you hit the nail hard, right, when you say about Google AdWords and Google Analytics. Because usually when people hear about Google, they're terrified. Honestly, it takes me too much time and trouble to convince people that you shouldn't be intimidated when you hear the magic words of Google, because it's just another traffic source. It's not as easy as some people think that it's not as easy as Facebook ads, but it still is a traffic source that has lots of traffic that it can provide you. And if you really know the steps, you can have unlimited traffic that comes to a final conversion. So one of the things that I've been working with a lot of people for the past 2 years, it's the simplest thing that you can do is remarketing on Google Display Network. Okay, most of the people don't even take advantage of the traffic that they have already by sending Facebook lots of Facebook ads traffic, and they see that it converts to some extent. But the simplest thing that you can do is that you can create a custom audience inside the Google AdWords platform, all visitors or visitors of a specific product, and then you can retarget them through the whole Google Display Network. So someone leaves your site and he doesn't go back to Facebook, but he does go to read the news, to read the sports on a blog, on a forum, on whatever that is. And Google cooperates with hundreds of thousands of websites around the globe, so they see your message again and again and again. And you have the ability to create like text ads or preferably banner ads as big as you want them on specific dimensions, and you have the ability to show your message again and again and again. This is the simplest thing that you can do. To another extent, one thing that it works really, really great for a lot of people that I work with is Google Shopping. Google Shopping can be a little bit intimidating at the beginning because it takes a lot of hassle to upload, on a specific format, on an XML feed, all the products, the URLs, the descriptions, all that kind of stuff. But literally 80% of the work is being done at the beginning, and there are literally some really, really cool tools like DataFeed Watch in order to help you do this process way easier for you. Then the 20% of the work is what brings you, well, as we say as the Pareto law, is what brings you 80% of the results. Because Google Shopping, it takes a lot of time in the beginning to set it up, and it can break your nerves. It can be really nerve-breaking at moments. I've been there. I know they don't approve products. What the heck is going on? But on the other hand, it can be responsible for 80% of the results. These are the two, not simple, but definitely remarketing, and then to another extent, like take advantage of loads of traffic that people are looking for on Google Shopping. And of course, how could I forget? I remember when last year we were working on that really, really big store together with Thomas. We realized that Thomas has created a brand without really knowing about it, and he has, I don't remember the exact searches, but I think there were like 4,000 searches every month on average. People were looking the exact branded store that Thomas has created. So the simplest, even simplest than remarketing, the simplest thing that you can do is that you can take advantage of that branded search terms and create a campaign, because it's way, way targeted, and you can see that all of your conversions will come through there. You don't want to miss any conversions.
Yeah, the brand name searches are really surprisingly frequent, even if you think that your brand is not all that well known and distributed yet. So, when you make the search terms for the store name, and kind of, maybe with a dash and without a dash. So if you create a group of a handful of search terms that are related to the name of your store and to the name of your brand, you'll be surprised how quickly you'll get results from that immediately on Google AdWords. And the funny thing was, when we first had our first consultation with Dimitri on this, he said, well, you actually have, you're bidding too low. You have competitors that are bidding for your brand name, and you're losing impressions to them where they actually outbid you. And that's totally unnecessary, because on AdWords, just like with Facebook, you can put a manual bid on there, or a bid amount on there, and you'll never actually pay that as much as you bid. This just determines what position in the search results you will be on. And then depending on what the other guys bid for your same brand search, you won't ever pay the high bid amount that you put there, but you push everybody else to the bottom of the page, and that means you get the most clicks and the most traffic. And that search traffic is super high converting. So even with the really high bid, you're going to end up paying maybe 5% or 10% at the most of the revenue that you're generating from these types of ads and traffic. So search on brand is really the super secret weapon for that you should implement immediately, even if you think your brand is not all that big yet. Let me ask again a little bit back about the custom audience, or lookalike audiences is what you call that. So how does that exactly work? Is there a tie-in where if you don't it's set up yet, you can still tap into the visitors that have already visited your store in the past, whatever, 3 to 6 months or so? Or do you have to set this up and then you start gathering from here on out into the future?
No, it's even simpler. So the simplest thing that you can do is that exactly as the Facebook pixel works, you can put a remarketing tag, a remarketing pixel, let's say it, into your store, into all the web pages, and there it gathers the data. So you know that you can create audiences, and let's say all visitors for as long as you can go. You can on AdWords, on Facebook, you can go up to 180 days. On Facebook, you can go up to 180 days. On AdWords, you can go up to 540 days.
Oh,
of course, 540 days doesn't convert.
That's all.
Really well.
Yeah, that's all traffic, right?
That's all.
So that code that you have to put in there, is that already included in the Google Analytics code? Can it be somehow extracted from there, these audiences, or do you have to put in special code to start building these audiences?
No. You can either do it through analytics remarketing, or you can either do it through the AdWords platform. It's still the same code, but analytics makes it easier for you to create remarketing audiences. The way that I usually do it, I create a Google AdWords campaign, a Google AdWords account, and then I go ahead, create the remarketing, take the remarketing tag, insert it into the store. It's really easy process to do so. And then what usually works really well, you can create, usually the standard is create an audience for the past 30 days. But what works really well is if you create audiences for 5, 10, and 15 days, even for 3 days audience, because you know that this type of audience is way warmer, really warm, and it can convert great to a sale. So if you want to take it on another level, you can even go create custom audiences for every step of the funnel. So you can say people who added to cart but did not add the shipping information, or people who added the shipping information but did not check out. So one of the best strategies that I used to implement for many years now, and it still works like a charm, is if you implement specific ads for specific steps of the funnel, where you can go ahead and see someone that has entered all the information but at the end abandoned the cart. You can even go ahead and hunt them down and tell them, hey, you forgot about us, maybe a 10% off. 10% off would help, and usually those are the best converting ones.
Awesome, very nice. Okay, great. Well, let's take a quick commercial break here, because I did want to talk a little bit about the Los Angeles Pixel Mastery event. And Dimitri, you're going to be there live and in color, not just via virtual broadcast, but you will be there, and I really look forward to that. It's kind of our 1-year anniversary. You were there as one of our first speaking guests as well, and I think that it was one of your first speaking engagements as well, right? So this is kind of what kicked off your speaking career, and you've since taken it to all new level in international speaking engagements. I had this photo, I lost it, but there was a really cool shot of you in Berlin at the latest event that you spoke last month. And so I have to dig that up again and find it. So congratulations for that. And thanks again for coming again to Los Angeles. So
thank you.
There, Dimitri will share more. He'll be one of our guest speakers, and he'll be also available to, contact him directly, chat with him directly, have a drink with him directly. What do you prefer again, beer or Greek wine or ouzo, or what is it?
No, I have a lot of Greek drinks over here, so beer is gonna do well. I remember last year in Los Angeles, I had some good beers over there, so I want to extend my knowledge on beers.
Yes, right. Okay, awesome. So if you don't have your ticket yet for the Ecom Convert Live event, Trackerify Pixel Mastery event, you can use this link right there, redretarget.com/dim-live. That's for Dimitri Live. And go ahead and get your ticket there, and you'll see Dimitri live in Los Angeles. Okay, so now that we have that, let's talk about one other area of tips and tricks of your big box that you pull them out of, or out of your sleeve. And that is leveraging information that you gather from Google Analytics to refine your targeting for your Facebook ads, and of course, as well as your AdWords ads as well. So what are the best practices there that you've discovered and that you find are working really well for you and for your clients?
Nothing really. The funny thing is, nothing really has tremendously changed in the past year that I did the presentation in Pixel Masterly in Los Angeles, because this is the exact same things that work, and everything is based on, really simple tactics, really simple knowledge. Some of the people say, "Oh, you're a scientist, Google Analytics." And it's crazy. I'm not some guru or something like that. The only thing that I know probably better than someone else is how to read the data. And one thing that continuously works for the past 12 months or so, where we last did our the Pixel Master event in Los Angeles, is, for example, geolocation. Okay, so most of the people, they say that, okay, the Facebook, the algorithm needs to go really broad, and I need to target the whole United States or the whole Australia or UK, whatever that is. But the reality is that if you go ahead inside Google Analytics, instead of targeting the whole United States, you can see which are the states that are converting the best and which are the states that are literally eating up all your budget. And one really funny story I have to share right here is that a couple of months ago, I was working with a client that he was selling his own branded essential oils. And as we did the same exercise with him and started breaking down all the states, we realized that in Colorado, he had a way higher conversion rate. Like his overall conversion rate was like 3%, 3.5, pretty decent conversion rate. But on Colorado, he had like 12%, like 400 times like more. So what we did is we started generating ad sets and specific ads for Colorado only. And it was one of the craziest numbers I have ever seen in my life, and I don't think I could ever beat that. You could see a conversion rate of 25%. I don't know what's the deal, and I thought it was funny because in Colorado, marijuana, weed is legal, so I don't know if they were doing some weird stuff there with weed and essential oils and stuff, but 25% conversion rate, only for Colorado people. I have never seen that, and I have never beat that.
That's amazing.
So it's one of the most funniest stories I can share, and it was one of the simplest things that you can do, because conversion rate, okay, it's one thing, but if you analyze all the data, you see you have revenue, you have transactions, you have bounce rate, you have average time on site. So you can realize that, okay, I'm doing a great job in Colorado because people are spending more time on my site. So chances are that they're going to buy something more. But you see some really, really small states like Wisconsin or whatever that is, that they're literally eating up your budget, because I've seen it a lot of times. You see 300 clicks on Ohio, no sales. 300 clicks. If we say that on average your click is 50 cents, there is $150 that you just threw down the drain. Okay, and people don't even realize how the simplicity of that. That's the simplest thing that you can do. And another very, very good tip I have to give to people. We all know that we are mobile. We all know that mobile is working great, and majority of the traffic comes from mobile. But if you go right now inside your analytics, you will realize that mobile is great, but you still see that desktop is something that is converting way better. You have a bigger conversion rate. People spend way more time in your store. They have they see more pages per session, and the bounce rate is lower. And it only makes sense because when someone is on desktop, usually you are at home, at work, where you realize you have a bigger screen, way less distractions, so you spend more time. And one really great epiphany that I have seen, especially if you're selling products to women, and especially products to women over 40, women over 40 usually convert way better on desktop because way better on desktop because they don't really know how to work great on mobile, and they want the bigger screen to see everything.
Oh my goodness, you are in a hot spot right now, I tell you that.
I'm just saying the facts.
All right. Well, I think you're going to be okay because by far most people in the e-com space are male, so you'll probably get a couple of good chuckles. Come to Los Angeles so you can beat him up, ladies. He'll be there. He cannot escape. You're scathing. And it's going to be awesome. Well, great. No, but I mean, of course, on the basis of, from a marketer's perspective, definitely look at your behavior, of your audience behavior, and look at which segments behave in certain ways so that you can make sure that you can retarget them and target them in the right way. I always have a feeling that the desktop activity is the way it is because people actually set things aside and save them for later when they see them on their cell phone, when they see the ads on the cell phone, and then they come back to it later on when they're on a desktop and take a little bit more time. That's particularly the case if you have a little higher priced products where it's not this like super impulse purchase. You see that a lot, that people come back later and explore on desktop. So yeah, they're very good. Awesome tips, Dimitri. Well, there you go. So the 20 minutes have already passed, and we haven't been able to take any what's it called? Any questions here. There's one. Here's Seth. I'm in. I'll see you guys there. Okay, awesome, Seth. Thank you. Thanks for coming. We look forward to seeing you too. So guys, if you have any questions at all, shoot them quickly now. Put them in the comments, and we'll see if we can get Dimitri to respond and answer them. Other than that, we will be seeing you in Los Angeles and really looking forward to that. Yes. All right.
Absolutely. I'm super excited, and in this year, because I love when people know me about all the analytics stuff and analytics and AdWords and stuff. Mm-hmm. And of course, I'll be there to share all my knowledge about analytics and how you can scale your business even further. But this year, I decided to do something more. I don't know what's the right word for it, but something more, let's say, extravaganza. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about conversion killers in your store and how you can improve all the traffic that you send already. It's really crazy to me that I have people doing some really, really good numbers, and it's killing me because with 2-3 tweaks, and I really believe that every person has a talent. This is my talent. Okay, I can really see a website, I can really see a store specifically and see 2-3 tweaks that you can do immediately and even double your conversion rate in less than a month, in 30 days. So today for this year, for my presentation, I decided to do something more focused on e-commerce and doubling your conversion rate in less than 30 days, simply by eliminating all the conversion killers. And of course, I'll be there all 3 days. We can chat about more stuff, analytics, AdWords, whatever you like. But literally, this is something that it's eating me. It's eating my soul because I see so many people, so many talented people with great potential, and they don't realize they focus on one thing only, and they're really good at it. Okay, I wish I was that good at Facebook ads, but it's like that. God took me and let's say, okay, let me go to speak to that person, tell him what he needs to do, and double his conversion rate and double his revenue with simple tweaks. You won't believe how simple they are.
Awesome. I cannot wait for you to share this. And so very good. I look forward to having you. Are you going to come in on Thursday? So we'll see you at the bar on Thursday evening.
Yes, I'm coming on Thursday. I will be a little bit jet lagged, but I think if we have enough beers there, yeah,
exactly. We'll fix that up at the bar. Yeah. Jet lag won't have a chance. All right, great. Well, thank you very much, Dimitri. I look forward to seeing you. Thanks everybody for joining us here, and we'll see you very soon. Hopefully we'll see you in LA. Take care and good luck until then.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.